Christy McNichol, born 1962, family. We see that people who get a lot of attention early on usually want to step back from it sooner than we'd like, which we can understand. Like Christy McNichol, who became famous early on because of her part in the TV show Family. She didn't need to work in the business for another 30 years. She chose to focus on herself after she retired in 2001. Her career changed when she taught at a private school and told everyone she was gay. She also spent most of her free time doing good things for other people. In 2022, she and her longtime love, Marty Allen, enjoyed life away from the press. Erica Aliac, born 1969, Baywatch. Erica Aliac, my Playboy friend, was a famous model and an actor in the 1980s, best known for her parts in Baywatch. She started her career playing when she was 12 years old and quickly rose to the top of the acting world. During her work, Aliac has had ups and downs, and she's gained and lost weight. Stress from fame can be hard to handle, but she made it through and can now tell a successful story. She's been cast as Marilyn Monroe in Marilyn Monroe Back since 2022. Lonnie Anderson, born 1945, WKRP in Cincinnati. Most of you will know Lonnie Anderson from her time as Jennifer Marlowe on the hit CBS show WKRP in Cincinnati. You won't forget that performance, and neither will she. It earned her 3 Golden Globes and 2 Emmy nominations. Another thing that made Anderson stand out was her beautiful looks, which are still a part of her even more than 40 years and even though she's aged. She played the lead role in the TV show My Sister Is So Gay from 2014 to 2020. Sissy Spacek, born in 1949, Carrie. Everyone knows about Carrie White and what happened in the made-up horror movie Carrie. Even though a lot of people still talk about it, not everyone remembers that Sissy Spacek played the amazing role. In the 1980s, she won an Oscar for her role in the documentary Coal Miner's Daughter. She's had other roles that showed off her skills. Spacek first wanted to be a singer, but she quickly realized that she was more talented in movies. Over the years, she's been in several movies and TV shows. In 2021, she voiced Susanna Clark's scripts in the documentary Without Getting Killed or Caught. Lucy Lawless, born in 1968, Xena, Warrior Princess. Lucy Lawless is a famous actress from New Zealand. She played the warrior woman Xena on the fantasy TV show Xena, Warrior Princess. Though she was good in medieval times since she was in a show with a similar theme called Spartacus, Blood and Sand. Her career took off in the 1990s with those roles after she finished her studies in theater. Since then, she's been in comedies, horror movies, and supernatural shows. Her work is still going strong as if 30 years hadn't passed, and she's the star of the current show My Life is Murder, whose second season ended in 2021. Jessica Lange, born in 1949, King Kong. Given how many different jobs Jessica Lange has had in the business since she began working there almost 50 years ago, there isn't much she can't do. She first became famous for her part in the version of King Kong in the 1970s. Later in the 21st century, her role in the American Horror Story series made her famous again. She's one of the few actresses in history to have won 3 awards. We last saw her in 2020 as a guest on CBS Saturday Morning, but we know there are still people in the works that will let us see her amazing playing again. Nehemiah Percy, August 2nd, 1919 to April 5th, 2022, Twilight Zone and Yentl. He was born on August 2nd, 1919 and died April 5th, 2022. His name was Nehemiah Percy. He made important changes to movies and TV shows. He left a permanent mark on the entertainment business over many years. In infamous scenes from The Twilight Zone, he gave a performance that will never be forgotten. This showed how adaptable he was and how he could keep an audience's attention. Nehemiah Percy made a big impression with his part in the movie Yentl, which starred and was directed by Barbra Streisand. Julie Andrews, born in 1935, Mary Poppins. It's known that Julie Andrews had one of the longest jobs in Hollywood history. After starting as a singer and actress in London's West End, the famous actress moved to the United States for a part in My Fair Lady. Part she played in The Sound of Music made her famous, and she's made a lot of money over the past 7 decades. Andrews has won a lot of awards and praise for being one of the best actors of her time. These days, she mostly does voice work as an actor. In December 2020, she started doing the voice of Lady Whistledown, the storyteller in Netflix's Bridgerton. Jane Fonda, born in 1937, Grace and Frankie. Why do actresses like Jane Fonda make you feel good about getting older? Because she's had a great time with it. The actor from Cat Ballou is very old, but she still looks as beautiful as the day she started working in movies. She's still working as the lead in the Netflix show Grace and Frankie, which started its 7th season in August 2021. Her job has lasted more than 60 years. Fonda's an actress who has won many awards. She's also the feminist who started the Women's Media Center to give women a voice in the media for political reasons and to protect the environment. Angela Lansbury, born 1925, Murder, She Wrote. In just 4 days, Angela Lansbury went from being unknown to a movie star, according to Variety. And everything changed for her when she was 17. She was called the Cinderella of her time, and after that, her career took off. Her most famous part was on the TV show Murder, She Wrote. She's been acting for almost 80 years and has won many awards and played many complicated and different parts. She's a celebrity in her own right, and Mr. McKay interviewed many famous people for the documentary Broadway Beyond the Golden Age. Elanor Donahue, born in 1937, Father Knows Best. The first time people saw Elanor Donahue was in the 1950s when she played Betty Anderson on the show Father Knows Best. It's amazing that she still has parts of her young face and smile. She isn't acting as much as she used to, but we're still glad to have had such an icon around. It makes sense that after 50 years, she'd rather not be in movies and have a quieter life. We saw her in the documentary TV show History of the Sitcom in July 2021, even though her last part was between 2010 and 2011. Billy Joel, born in 1949, Piano Man. In the 1970s, Billy Joel, who's better known as the Piano Man, was a big star with very different looks than he has now. One of them is his beautiful afro style from when he was younger, which is gone now. But his singing skills haven't changed. He's still a famous singer who has won 5 Grammys and been admitted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Joel's mother got him interested in music by giving him piano lessons, but she probably didn't think he'd quit school to make music his full-time job. He wrote 3 episodes of the talk show Morning Joe and acted in them. Cindy Williams, born in 1947, Laverne and Shirley. Cindy Williams is one of those artists who went to school to learn about it. The acting major she was studying at City College in Los Angeles was finally over, and she went on to do paid work. Being on Happy Days gave her a big break, but most people know her for her role in Laverne and Shirley. Williams worked in movies for more than 40 years and has aged along with the movies. Even though she may not be as well known as she used to be, she's still living and taking on more jobs. The last time we saw her was in the movie Cannon Land in November 2020. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon